Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to day 229 of a poem a day for 2026. It is Monday. It's been another one of those days which has happened to me. It's kind of passed me by. A very unproductive day at work. I'm super tired. I've been in a lot of pain. Almost certainly overdid it at the weekend, even though it feels like I didn't do much at all. Just feeling frustrated with my disabilities today. But they are a part of me. They are who I am. And I suspect that the massive headache I woke up with this morning may have something to do with a drop in pressure. It's been overcast and grey all day. I'm praying for rain to all of the deities, but and I've realised as I switched the camera on and everything, that as much as I love this t-shirt, which is Cookies and Monsters, it's a D&D t-shirt with Cookie Monster, and can't see the rest of it, but there are chocolate chip cookies wearing wizard hats and stuff. This red is really not my colour, and I look quite unwell. I mean, I'm not very well, but yeah, this might need to be gifted onto someone who we'd be better suited to. But that's probably quite enough of me moaning, and not because I shouldn't moan, but we can't moan all the time. Cool. Let's read some poetry. Okay. Here we are. Oh. It's a big piece today. Definitely didn't foresee this. 17th of August. My Last Duchess by Robert Browning. I'm so sorry. And our blurb reads as follows. I'm just gonna dab my eyes because they're watering. I promise you it's just they're watering. I'm not crying. There we go. Okay. This poem by Robert Browning is another example of ekphrasis, which we discovered yesterday. It's thought to be about a portrait of Lucrezia de Medici. The poem is a dramatic monologue spoken by a Ferrara, the 5th Duke of Ferrara, who married Lucrezia in 1558. Only a few years into their married life, the Duke abandoned his young wife. She died shortly afterwards. While most historians claim that Lucrezia died of tuberculosis, some believed that she was poisoned, possibly by her own husband. So, this is My Last Duchess by Robert Browning. That's my last Duchess painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive. I call that piece of wonder now. Fra Pandolf's hands worked busily a day, and there she stands. Wilt please you sit and look at her? I said, Fra Pandolf's by design, for never read strangers like you that picture countenance, the depth and passion of its earnest glance. But to myself they turned, since none put by the curtain I have drawn for you but I, and seemed as they would ask me, if they durst, how such a glance came there. So, not the first are you to turn and ask thus. Sir, 'twas not her husband's presence only called that spot of joy into the Duchess's cheek. Perhaps Fra Pandolf chanced to say, her mantle laps over my lady's wrist too much, or paint must never hope to reproduce the faint half-flush that dies along her throat. Such stuff was courtesy, she thought, and cause enough for calling up that spot of joy. She had a heart, how shall I say, too soon made me glad, too easily impressed. She liked whate'er she looked on, and her looks went everywhere. Sir, 'twas all one, her favour at her breast, the dropping of the daylight in the west, the bough of cherries some officious fool broke in the orchard for her, the white mule she rode round the terrace, all and each would draw from her alike the proving speech, or blush at least. She thanked men, good, but thanked somehow, I know not how, as if she ranked my gift of a 900-years-old name with anybody's gift. Who'd stoop to blame this sort of trifling? Even had you skill in speech, which I have not, to make your will quite clear to such a one, and say, just this or that in you disgusts me. Here you miss, or there exceed that mark. And if she let herself be lessoned so, nor plainly set her wits to yours, forsooth, and made excuse, and then would be some stooping, and I choose never to stoop. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt, whenever I passed her, but who passed without much the same smile? This grew, I gave commands, then all smiles stopped together. There she stands, as if alive. Would please you rise? We'll meet the company below, then. I repeat, the Count your master's known manifest is ample warrant that no just pretence of mine for dowry will be disallowed. Though his fair daughter's self, as I avowed at starting, is my object. Nay, we'll go together down, sir. Notice Neptune, though. Together a seahorse, taming a seahorse, thought a rarity, which Claus of Innsbruck cast in bronze for me. Wow. There's a line from the show Friends, which I quote with alarming frequency, which essentially is kind of to say, "Oh, my life is too good." Chandler is saying the same sort of thing to Joey, I believe, and it's I always get it wrong. It's been a very long time since I've seen it, but it's something along the lines of, I can't fit any more 50s in my wallet. My diamond watch is too shiny. No, my Rolex is too shiny, and my diamond shoes are too tight. It's basically saying, oh, all this good stuff is too nice for me. And on another content creator on YouTube, The Haunted Postcard does some really funny, sometimes very poignant restaurant skits. American creator. I'm sure it was on hers. I saw. Somebody was complaining. oh, my bread roll's too soft, my lobster's too buttery. And I was like, yeah, same sort of thing. I feel like the Duke is almost complaining that my wife is too beautiful. Um, and people are enamored to gaze upon her. And he's not happy that his wife is beautiful and admired by other people, and that she smiles at other people. Um, and so he demanded her to smile no more. And that's not on. Sorry, I just heard Cass meow. Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah. Kind of feels like he should have gotten over himself and realised just quite how good he had it. Yes, mate. Cass gets it. Yeah. Yeah. Something about the grass isn't always greener. Yeah. And I think that's probably the extent of the full sentences I can string together this evening. I hope that Monday has treated you well. Um, and if it hasn't, then hopefully we can all, at the very least, when we get down to it, have a very good